Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Life Equals Cars. In today's episode, I'm going to be reviewing the loaner car that Toyota gave me while they replaced the valve springs in my FRS, and it is a 4Runner SR5 Premium. This particular 4Runner is a 2018 model year. This particular 4Runner is rear-wheel drive only. Unfortunately, when it comes to 4Runners, you have to purchase all-wheel drive separately from the dealer. You can get either part-time all-wheel drive or full-time all-wheel drive. All 4Runners come equipped with a 270 horsepower 4.0 liter V6 engine, which makes 17 miles per gallon in the city and 21 miles per gallon on the highway. This engine is then mated to a 5-speed automatic transmission. When you put your foot down on the throttle, it actually responds really well. I was surprised. For 270 horsepower and a V6 in an SUV, this thing gets up and moves pretty quickly. This particular model does not come with running boards, and it does not come with the third row seating. Those are both options that you have to purchase separately, even though this is the premium SR5. My impressions so far of this 4Runner are pretty positive. I am not a huge SUV fan, but this one in particular I have grown to like driving, which is surprising for me because most SUVs that I drive I absolutely hate and would much rather drive something else. The ride in this is pretty comfortable. It doesn't have excessive body roll when you turn, and when you're going over bumps, it absorbs them really well, and it also allows you to still feel grounded to the road, which is surprising because most of the time when rides are very nice in vehicles, you lose the feeling of actually being connected to the road. One thing that I noticed while driving this vehicle is the steering radius, or the turning radius, is extremely good. It feels like driving just a normal vehicle, and I have no problems parking, backing into places, and otherwise fitting this SUV into tight spots. And that's part of the reason why I like driving this vehicle so much. I can't speak on the reliability of this vehicle, as this is a loaner car and I'm only driving it for about a week, and this particular one has only 10,070 miles on it, but it is a Toyota, so most of the time Toyota has extremely good reliability, so that I would expect out of this vehicle as well. It's a very quiet ride. They used really good sound editing and soundproofing on this vehicle, as road noise is kept to a minimum and engine noise is also kept to a minimum, and it's very quiet while you're driving. This makes conversation with passengers very easy, or phone calls extremely easy. This 4Runner has some small touches that I really like, and that makes this vehicle stand out to me as a pretty good buying option. I'm going to show you guys around a little bit and point out some of the features that I really like and some of the features that I don't. Let's start off with these seats. I really like the two-tone gray, although this is not real leather. This is a synthetic leather vinyl, but it feels really, really nice, and I think it looks really, really nice. This white stitching looks awesome on the two-tone gray and sets off the interior with a fit and finish that I like. So I have two-way adjustable front power seats. You have your back, forward, and then forward and back. This is not standard on the SR5. This comes on the SR5 Premium. Power seat for the driver does come on the SR5 though. The passenger, that's the SR5 Premium. The driver's side has 6-way adjustable, which is 2 more than the passenger. It has your tilt for the actual seat, help you get a better driving position, and it also has lumbar support adjustment right here. That's pretty awesome for the driver. It would be nice if the passenger had the lumbar support adjustment as well, but unfortunately that's not how this goes. We have an auto up, auto down rear hatch window, which is one of my favorite features on this 4Runner. It is super convenient and really nice if you just want to get some fresh air and it's not too warm out. It allows you to do that, and also if you're hauling things, you can hang them out the back window, which expands the hauling capacity of this 4Runner. Right beside that, we have the 2 heated seats. Those are part of the premium version of the SR5. To demonstrate the auto up, auto down window in the back, I think this is one of the coolest features on the vehicle, and I would definitely use this quite a lot. We also have the passenger cup holder with a little storage bin here, either for like a wallet or a phone or something. It's pretty convenient. Here we have a small storage bin for whatever you need to store, as well as the driver's side drink holder. Right here we have a nice little non-slide pad for cell phones or anything else that you would like to put. I put my phone there when I'm charging it, as the cigarette lighter is right there, and as you can see, it also has a USB and an auxiliary port. It also has 2 extra little storage compartments. It's pretty handy because you can always use storage in your vehicles. One of the things that I wish this 4Runner has would have been dual climate control, but unfortunately it does not have dual climate control. I'm going to demonstrate here how long it takes the entertainment system to boot up and connect to the Bluetooth on my phone. So I just turned the key on and you can see the Toyota logo. We're going to hit continue here, and we should be able to, oh, there we go already. It is connected to my phone. We're going to check out the apps screen here. Right here you have your navigation, audio, phone, messages, traffic, weather, maintenance, and setup. Some of these apps you have to download Toyota's app, which is called Toyota N-Tune. You have to create an account and put a VIN number in and everything, and I didn't feel like doing that because this is a loaner and I'm going to be getting rid of it. So that part I'm going to leave out of the review because I did not get to play with it. You have your standard power and volume and tune and scroll buttons, as well as AM and FM and XM, which you would have to pay for a subscription, but it does have the capability. So down here we have a few features that are pretty cool. You can turn your daytime running lights on and off, as well as a 400 watt AC plug in the back. I will show that later. You can turn on your defroster for your windshield wipers. It heats the window where the windshield wipers sit. That way, if they're frozen to the windshield, you can heat them up and it'll refrain from damaging the windshield engine while you turn your vehicle on if you left your windshield wipers on. You have power mirrors and your dimming switch, as well as all auto up and down windows. This is a feature that I really like in vehicles. The gauge cluster is very simple. It's very easy to read while you're driving. I'm going to turn it on here and show you the startup sequence. So you have a digital speedometer, which I'm very much a fan of. My FRS has one and I use it all the time, and it's very convenient. You also have a little indicator that shows which door is open on the vehicle. If I shut my driver's side door, plays a little animation of a door shutting. It's pretty interesting. We'll check out the settings later. And it's just a blank screen if you don't like anything there. You have your average mile per gallon, your current, how far you have on your tank of gas, the elapsed time of your last drive, and then back to your speed. We're going to press and hold the display button to go to the settings screen, and we're going to check out what's in here. So we have language, units, and eco lamp. So a few features that come with the premium SR5 is your navigation. I haven't actually used the navigation yet, but just from the display and playing around with it a little bit, it seems very easy to use. It doesn't seem cumbersome. The touchscreen works really well, and I don't see any issue with it working. So here, as you can see, you can turn your traction control off. You have 3 buttons to program for garage doors in your home. You can turn off your dome light when the doors open. You also have your dome lights here. And over here, you have your power moonroof. Moonroofs and sunroofs are really awesome. I love them in vehicles, and this one is nice and large and works really well. This feels extremely nice as it slides. There's not a lot of play, and it doesn't stick on anything. So you have your standard modes for the moonroof. You have the up, just normal up, just crack it. to bring it down. Then you have the slide back, and it goes auto all the way back, and it goes auto all the way forward. This is a very nice feature. So the center console is really nice. It has a lot of storage in it and a lot of useful compartments. I like that right there. Then down here you have a very deep, large compartment, as well as another cigarette lighter and a little channel for your charging cable to come out of. There's also a little change holder, which is nice if you don't want to throw your change into a cup holder. Right here is a design feature that I'm not a huge fan of. If you like to keep your elbow down here on the elbow rest like this, it makes getting to these interesting. You have to like cock your wrist weird, and it's a little uncomfortable and not very intuitive. If you keep your hand up here, however, it's a lot easier to access them. I'm not sure why they didn't angle them down like this so that you could do both, but that's just like a little design feature that I'm not a huge fan of on this 4Runner. The fit and finish of the dashboard material is really nice. It fits everything really well. There's no large seams or unfitting pieces. You have your little clock here with a nice blue color. I like the blue because most clocks are like a yellow or an orange, and I'm not really a fan of that color, but I do like that blue. And then you have like the brushed aluminum piece over here. It looks really nice with everything. Over here we have your directional selection, as well as your select button and your back button. And there we have the mode where you can mute your radio by holding it. And then down here we have the volume up and down. So over here we have your Bluetooth phone controls, as well as your voice command button. You can just hit that button and tell it to call someone, and it will call somebody, or play an artist or something like that. Information system on your dashboard. It changes all of your information up there. So I'm going to open up the back here for you, and we're going to check out the trunk. Has a really nice sized storage area for everything. As you can see, it has armrests for your third row seating, which this model unfortunately does not come with third row seating. They didn't purchase this separately. This right here is the AC plug that I was talking about with the switch up front. This would be awesome for camping, tailgating, any kind of outdoor activity that you require any kind of electricity for. I think that was a really, really nice touch when they were designing it. You have your tie downs for any kind of transporting of large materials that you need to tie things down with. I'm going to demonstrate the seats folding down, and then I will show you how big it is when the seats are folded down. So the back seats have the same two-tone gray synthetic vinyl leather. It has a center armrest with cup holders, which is pretty awesome. So how these seats go down, you pull this up, you let that there, then you hit this little button right here, and the seat goes forward. Forgot to put the headrest down, but the headrest goes in there just with that little lever right here. And then we'll do the same to the other side. Pretty simple, super easy. It does it itself for the most part. So this is your entire storage right here. This is really, really large capacity in my opinion. How the vehicle is shaped, it's very, very good. I like it a lot. I'm going to take you guys for a little spin in the 4Runner. I'm going to just talk about how it feels as I'm driving it. So we're just pulling out here. It has no issues with torque or anything like that. It gets up to speed quite quickly and quite nicely. What you hear there, that's mud coming off of my tires. The brakes feel solid. I don't feel any issues or sponginess or softness to the pedal, which should be expected from basically a brand new vehicle. When you turn this vehicle, the power steering, it feels really good. It makes the car feel light and agile. SUV. Makes the SUV feel light and agile, and it has no issues making tight turns. Feels really good. I'm going to give it some here. Gets up to speed really nicely. Has no problems with that, which I enjoy a lot. I love going fast. But we didn't break the speed limit, so we're good. The ride is really solid. It stays pretty even and pretty flat as you drive. Even during cornering, there's not a whole lot of body roll. There's not a whole lot of jolting around or weight shifting. It feels like a very solid vehicle, which I was pretty impressed with when I started driving it originally. Here, I'm going to turn off here into the parking lot, which is all rutted up, and I'm going to demonstrate how this thing handles bumps quite well. So here, it's nothing crazy, but we're having no issues driving over this. There's no clearance issues, nothing at all like that. The legacy of Toyota and its off-roading capabilities are quite evident with this vehicle. I could definitely enjoy doing some off-roading in this vehicle. I know that for sure. So the SR5 Premium starts at $36,640, which in my opinion is a pretty decent price for what you get. So I would give this 4Runner 4 out of 5 stars overall, and I will explain why. So I gave this SUV 4 out of 5 stars because it is lacking some features that would make it 5 stars for me. So the features that are lacking that I would prefer to see in this vehicle that would make it 5 stars for me would be dual climate control. I would like to see assistive braking. I would like to see adaptive cruise control and lane assist, as well as blind spot assist. And all AC cooled seats. That is a definite thing that I would have liked to see in this, and it would have definitely pushed it to 5 stars for me. Also, this right here, that also contributed to the 4 out of 5 stars. It's a small design choice, but for me, it is kind of a comfort convenience thing. It definitely bothers me enough to mention it, so that's why it also contributed to the 4 out of 5 stars. I would definitely recommend this SUV to anybody who would ask me, hey, which SUV would you recommend? I would definitely say go for the Toyota 4Runner, but I would say splurge and get the TRD versions of it, because that definitely will have the features that you want, and it definitely would have the features that I want as well. But if you're on a budget and you can only afford the SR5 or the SR5 Premium, this 4Runner is still a really, really good SUV, and I have definitely enjoyed having it as a loaner, and I would definitely consider buying it if I was in the market for an SUV. I hope that you enjoyed this review of the 2018 Toyota 4Runner. I enjoyed making it. I enjoyed researching the car and learning about it in the week that I have had it. And I also hope that it was informative to you and helped you in your purchasing of a new SUV or a new 4Runner, whichever you are in the process of doing. Also, please remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can receive updates when I post a new video. You can follow me on Instagram at LifeEqualsCars. I post daily content on there, and you would definitely enjoy that content if you enjoyed this video. As always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode of Life Equals Cars.